Hello, my name's Duncan and welcome to Back Away from Duncan Back Books. And this is the Vlogmas Day 3. Yes, I'm still in front of my shelves. I was hoping to do some more outside stuff today and some other things, but the day's got away with me. And as you probably know, I'm carer for my wife, so sometimes I just have to work with what I've got. So I will put some nice images of Lilu, our gorgeous Shar-Pei, who's snoozing and comes to see me, so you'll see a little bit of video I'm going to put up now. Well, you can have a look at that just to give you something a wee bit different to look at. What you'll notice is she's wearing pants. And the reason she's wearing pants is she's in season. So yes, that's why she's wearing pants. She doesn't always wear them. It's just been inconvenient time. So yeah, and it's to keep the mess down. You don't want too many details about that. But anyway, if you know me, if you watch a bit of my channel, you know that I love film. I adore film as well as I adore books and stuff. So Christmas, to me, a lot of Christmas is watching films. Not just Christmas films, though I do enjoy Christmas films, but other films as well. So in this Vlogmas, I will talk to you about some of the films I'm watching and how they're going and if they're any good and whether you should watch them and why Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas is the greatest Christmas film ever, which I will talk about in a later vlog. But last night we did the first one of the season, and the first one of the season was a film called Breakaway or Christmas Rush, which was a made-for-TV movie from 2002 with Superman himself, Dean Cain. And this was before he did all the Dogs That Saved Christmas and all these weird dog ones he did from about 2006 onwards. It could be, but I might watch some of those anyway. And this film also starts Eric Roberts, Julia Roberts' brother, and it's a weird film. It really is. It is a strange film. So you've got Dean Cain playing this cop who doesn't stick by the rules. In the opening scenes, he shoots somebody and gets put on suspension. But he breaks the rules for all the best reasons. And I'm a little confused about why filmmakers always want us to love policemen who break the rules for all the best reasons. And I blame Dirty Harry and Clint Eastwood for this. But you know he's a bad boy cop because he's wearing a baseball cap back to front. So yeah, he's definitely a bad boy cop. You can tell that anyway. So he gets suspended. And then what happens is they meet Eric Roberts at some Christmas party or something, and he's a ex-con who is reformed or so-called reformed. But later on in the film, we move along a little bit and all normal stuff. And this film, I think, was made from a sort of right-wing Christian sort of point of view, because it's really, really strange at points. And I've got no issue with Christian films, but this one's just really, really weird. There's one point with Dean Cain has this conversation about we're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore. It's got to be Happy Holidays. And we all know that is just bullshit. I'm sorry, it is, because if you go to Bing Crosby's White Christmas, they say Happy Holidays in that all the time. There's cards from Happy Holidays saying at the beginning of the 19th century. So it's not a new thing. It's a more of an American thing than it's a UK thing. But we can say Christmas if we want to. We can't say Christmas. But it's the way they shoehorn that in, which was quite funny into a weird conversation. But anyway, Dean Cain... it's Christmas Eve. Dean Cain decides to go to the shopping mall to get his wife some roses because he pissed her off because I can't remember what he did. He had an argument with her over something. Oh, and his wife is, I can't remember the actor's name, Erica, somebody who was in Baywatch. One of the later people in Baywatch. But that's by the by. So he goes to buy some roses. And what happens is Eric Roberts' character and a gang of people are robbing the safe in the mall. And Dean Cain gets trapped in there, and it turns into sort of a low-budget, low-rent Christian weird sort of Die Hard without the charisma of Bruce Willis or the wonderful scene chewing of Alan Rickman and some really, really dodgy acting. And Dean Cain, okay, I like Dean Cain as Superman. The New Adventures of Superman was great, but his later stuff is just like, I think he's just doing it for some money at the moment. But yeah, it's weird. But it's weirdly enjoyable at points. But so he's going around and he's shooting people and blowing people up, and there's some hostages there, and his wife ends up being a hostage because she worked in one of the shops there. Okay, and And then there's this really weird conversation with the hostages, and they're asking about, because they're trying to comfort this child there, and the child's mother actually is, I can't remember her name. If you remember if you're as old as me, you remember there was a TV program called Different Strokes with Gary Coleman, and who played this little boy and his brother Willis, who got adopted by a rich family. These two little black boys, and they had a sister, adopted a sister, and that's who's playing this mother of this daughter in there. And if you remember the line, "What are you talking about, Willis?" That's what you remember. But all the cast there have had sad sort of endings after child stars sometimes do. But yeah, anyway, so they're having this conversation, all the things, and they're asking them about their best Christmas ever. So they go around talking to people, and it's Dean Cain's wife in this talking about it. And what was your best Christmas ever? And they come across this one guy, and he goes, "Well, I'm Muslim," and then just like cut him off, and you don't hear from him again. And I'm just thinking, that's really, really weird. I used to live in Birmingham, in England, and huge Muslim community there, and every person I knew who was Muslim, they used to do Christmas, because as far as I'm concerned, it was just a British holiday. You didn't have to do it as, just because it's technically derived from a Christian holiday does not mean you have to be Christian to do it. It was really weird. It was like they were trying to make a point. He's Muslim, so it doesn't matter. It was just really, really strangely done. But anyway, we go on, and Dean Cain's going around and blowing things up and killing all the men and doing this. And the final scenes, I'm going to spoil it for you, but the final scenes are basically a weird chase with go-karts. And it seems to be at the end, they finish at the table with their kids because they've all solved all the problem, and it's a bit like, and they all pray, and it's okay. The Christian message is it's okay to shoot and blow up people as long as you pray for them afterwards. That's what it comes across to me. It's really funny, but it was quite enjoyable in a weird way. So yes, that was a not so good Christmas film, and the first one I watched it, and I said it goes under two titles, Breakaway and Christmas Rush. And that was I think this was the first of Dean Cain's run of Christmas films. I think after this he had a few years break, and then he started doing all the weird dog ones where he was some criminal kidnapping golden retrievers and stuff. Because there's quite a few of them. But yeah, and all the sort of weird Hallmark ones where weird things happen. So yeah, that was my first Christmas film of the year. I'm going to do some things, because Christmas to me, I always remember watching some really interesting films at Christmas, because when I was sort of about a teenager-ish, we'd obviously have Christmas stuff. I always remember late at night, you used to have these not weird films, you'd have these 70s and 60s classic big films that I'd never heard of as a child that were on late night TV, and that's where I discovered a lot of them. And so to me, Christmas is watching good films as well as bad Christmas films, and good Christmas films. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'm going to have some proper footage. I've got to pop out anyway so I can show you one of our shops that's got Christmas. We have a local shop here that does quite a big Christmas display, because obviously on an island we've only got limited stocks of stuff. They sell all the real trees, and that's where we normally get our Christmas tree from. But this year we're not actually having a Christmas tree. We're going to just decorate the house without one, just due to time and costs and stuff like that. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed this sort of mini weird little review of a weird Christmas film. And I will speak to you all very soon, and thank you for watching. There is something weird, actually. There is something weird going on. I want to know if there's going to be a trend going on here. I don't normally take much notice of my stats, but what I've noticed is every day I've released a vlog from Vlogmas, I've lost one subscriber, and I want to know if that's going to happen every day. Because it's really, really strange. But yes, I know those figures go up and down. Anyway, I will speak to you all very soon. And bye for now, and I hope you enjoyed the footage of Lulu the Sharpei. Because my Pom, Ruby, she's asleep over there, has decided not to join me today, which is good because my arms needed the rest. And I will speak to you soon. Bye.